Welcome to Mimic channel again. Today's subject is earthing relay. It is a very important subject because most of the chemical factory accidents happen just because the static charge is not being grounded. So what is the static charge? What I am talking about? I'll just explain you. In chemical factories, there are three type of accidents mainly happens. Major three types are there. One is, of course, a boiler. If the boiler is not been maintained properly, it gets choked up, and when the pressure rises, it blasts, and it is a fatal accident. Second type of accidents are due to the chemical processes which are exothermic. What is exothermic? Exothermic is when the temperature is uncontrolled, getting higher and higher, the pressure also rises, and at particular moment you cannot control that if it is not been monitored properly, and at one moment the pressure is at so much level that particular vessel is exploded, and again this is a fatal type of accident. And third type is due to the static charge. What is the static charge? When the containers coming out from outside to the factory, these are the containers having explosive or generally explosive chemicals inside, which are highly explosive chemicals or inflammable chemicals, which are enclosed in that containers, comes to your factory. What happens when the truck or the tanker rolls out on the roads? It generates static charge. How it happens? You must be knowing, in December or November, when you walk on a particular floor with the steepers, you can observe some sparks to your fingers when it touches to the any chair or the wall. There is a spark. So it's a basic phenomenon when a non-metallic or insulating material is being taken from the floor from one end to one other end. That particular body generates static electricity. And in type of these containers, what happens? In these containers, when it rolls on the roads with this rubber tires, it go on generating the static charge, which can go up to 3000 volts. Now what happens when the containers or the tanker comes to your factory? It unloads the particular chemical to your bottom tank or your whatever the container you are having. If it is not been discharged, the static charge is not been discharged, what will happen? When it touches or that chemical comes out and goes to that your bottom containers or bottom tanks or your vessels, when that chemical touches to that particular earth containers or earth bodies, immediately at the point of contact the spark generates, and of course you may know the spark will ignite that chemical and which will have a blast in your tanker, and this blast is a very dangerous blast, and many of the incidences happens in the chemical factory due to this blast. And this blast is so heavy that there are many cases where the factories are totally blown off. There are even the personals in the factory had got very fatal accidents. So what are the systems in the factory? These systems are like this. It's a simple system. Before downloading the chemical to that particular underground tank, there has to be one wire connected to the tanker, another wire to the earthing, and unless until that earthing discharges the particular static charge, it is not been downloaded. This is a simple thing. This is simple practice. This is simple SOPs that has to be followed. But what happens? Many times the workers or whoever is there, safety, they neglect that particular things. It is not happening always. In 100, even in 100 operations, one operation is not been done properly, then that is sufficient to blow off everything. And if the particular thing is done, but what happens when you connect that earthing rod to your tanker, If it is a painted tanker, there is no earthing from the painted metallic or the metallic body of the tanker is connected to that probe, this probe, and to your earthing. So that static charge is not discharged. So after 5 minutes they connect and they imagine, yes, now it is static charge, and they connect, the explosion takes place. So these are the very critical things it has to be looked after. So for that there is a instrument. Mimic is presenting one instrument which is called as earthing relay. Many of you might be knowing what this earthing relay does. Earthing relays are basically of two types. One is only having a red and green light, and another is with a digital display and with the hooters. About the details of each unit, I am going to explain you in another video. But at present, I can tell you what is the principle of the earthing relay. Earthing relay is generally one probe connected to the tanker, another to your earthing, and there is a contact output side which you have to connect to your downloading pump. Unless until this particular static charge is not been discharged, which has been detected by the earthing relay, the pump will not start at all. So whether that personnel who is downloading that material is doing perfectly or not doing, or he is not doing at all, or he is not doing earthing, the pump will not start. So this is the earthing relay which is must for all chemical factories. Many of them, you are knowing. So these are the two types which are being promoted by Mimic. And if you want more details about it, you can contact me on 9821252022. Our email ID is mimic.cells@gmail.com. Thank you.